if I agree with her, Benny, about the mambo and hip hop being all that different. Because when I saw on that documentary the way that people danced the mambo and how they went down on the floor and did all these turns and all of that, it reminds me. When I see hip hop, it reminds me of mambo.
It's incorporated.
Yeah, there is some mixture there. I mean, at least it's in the blood, the way the people are spinning around. Right?
I think the greatest part is when at the end of the film, you see, there's that around the world move where a lot of hip breakdancers do. They get down the floor and their legs going around. You actually see old footage of Tito Rodriguez, one of the Mambo kings. Tito Rodriguez gets down on the floor and does the same thing with his legs. And you're like, how did they know, how was he doing that in the 1950s? But, so I think there's certain moves that are just elemental to this type of percussive dance that people sort of move in certain ways. So I think in the same community, there are a lot of Puerto Ricans involved in breakdancing. There's a lot of New Yorkers and Latinos involved in, obviously, mambo and salsa. So yeah.
But as a musician, do you see that transition? Do you hear, when you listen to hip hop, do you hear some elements of the mambo?
I listen to it, and just like everybody else, at the beginning, I kind of got a little shocked with hip hop. Like when rumba went into mambo, a lot of people who are rumberos, oh man, mambo, man, what is that? Anyway, but hip hop is an art form. It is. It has developed, and it's pretty good, man. I mean, I can't do it, but it's good. What I like mostly about what they have done is that put it down for record for people for years and years and years to see. That's what we need, people like yourself, Miguel, Elena, who do these things so that years later, these students, your students who will move this on. Somebody made a statement in a book one time that we die twice, once mortally, and once when the last individual who knew you in this world dies. That's the second time. So if these books last 200 years, boy, we got it made.
Yeah, that's what history is all about. It's preserving our experiences through life.
Yeah.
And you brought something here that you want to point out because this documentary won a major award, right?
Okay, what happened was, I know how humble she is and so introverted, and she wasn't going to bring it.
Okay.
So as I was leaving my house, I reached back in my room and I took this off the wall.
Okay.
And I said, I'm going to give this to Miguel so she can show it to the people.
So this is the ALMA award?
That's a photo from, with me with the Alma Award. We won the Alma Awards. They were, I think, on TV in February. They're sort of, some people call them the Latino Oscars, but they're growing, I guess. They've been around for a few years, and we won the Best TV Documentary, so with the Alma Award this year. So we were very excited to be able to get that.
That's wonderful.
So
that's really great. They're telling me not to move because they're taking a picture of your Alma Award here. So I'll try not to breathe. Okay, but tell me a little bit more about all the components. I mean, you basically brought in all these people who are Bronx music historians, and they all tell little piece anecdotes, incredible anecdotes that they tell during, DJs and the places where they used to gather, the whole history of how humongous contribution that the Bronx made to Latin music.
And one of the things I think, like all the people that were involved in this is very important. And I need to thank people like Benny, like Orlando, like all the people we've interviewed who were just amazing. So much time they gave us we did interviews with them. People like Benny would go out with me. We would go out another time with the camera guy to go out to some of the old sites because a lot of these places in the Bronx are raised, or they've changed, they become churches, or they're not there anymore. So Benny would go with us to some of the sites and point them out and tell us about them. So they spent a lot of time. Mike Amadeo at Casa Amadeo would let us film there when we needed a place to film. So people have just been very generous with their time, their energy, and their support in helping us. So there's a lot of people involved with this. But not only did we get all these musicians from the project that through Place Matters and the South Bronx Project, we got all these people from the Latin music era, but our director, Henry Chalfant, did Style Wars 25 years ago, so he really had all the hip-hop connections. All that old footage is Henry Chalfant's.
We'll be right back with more about the from Mambo to hip-hop. We'll be right back.